Oppa Gundam style Gundam fighters. It's wow, cool robot. So it's a G Gundam podcast starring me, Argyle, and also starring my co-host.
Like me, Audrey.
And me, Max.
Me Max.
How bad me, Max?
How bad me, Maxter?
How bad me Max?
How bad me, Maxter?
How we doing this week, folks?
Yeah. It's a 3-day weekend, which is the best thing I can say about this week.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. I'm watching a lot of anime.
Yeah.
What a world.
I am continuing to see more and more people post-vaccination now, and continuing to be very energized by that, even though the weather is trash garbage right now.
It was supposed to rain all weekend here, and it really hasn't, and I'm very bummed, because nothing I like more than sitting inside, like, watching the rain. It's like the most calming thing in the world. And I've been denied that by big weather.
What do you mean? You just... You sat inside and you watched the rain just earlier when you watched these episodes.
Shut up. That's where I am right now, but it would have been nice to not have rain yesterday to do something outside with friends. But anyway.
I'm just for a while now, I'm just going to have anxiety every time it rains because...
yeah, sure.
For reasons.
Yeah, jeez.
The Neo-Turkey Gundam fighter said this.
Mm-hmm.
Did we like the episodes this week?
The first one popped off really hard. I have so many notes. I have more notes about episode 16 than I think I've taken for any single episode so far.
Yeah, I have a long-ass summary for this one.
It's pretty good. And the other two are also good. Like, I think one of the issues with this week's episode is that, like, 16 is definitely, like, the height of the action of this group of three. And, so, like, the other two, after watching 16, like, feel a bit of a, like, lower energy.
It's like a relative low point.
After that, but, like, they're still good. I like to see them.
They're still good eppies.
I'm glad that everything kind of got resolved by the end of this trilogy, because, like, I was about to be like, okay, this whole sort of Domon gets depression thing has gone on for a little too long, but they pulled it in. They pulled it through. We got there. I'm ready to start talking about these episodes if y'all are.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it. I am here to tell you about Mobile Fighter G Gundam Episode 16. Ultimate Power and Evil, Rise of the Devil Gundam. After the previous battle with Master Asia, the citizens of Tokyo refused to accept the new Shuffle Alliance since they were just evil. They swear to defeat Master Asia, but Domon only wants to worry about the Devil Gundam. Then, an earthquake hits the city, sending the gang underground. Rain ends up with Chibity and George, who hold a horde of Death Army pilots back while Rain escapes, ending up in the chamber where the Devil Gundam is held. She then learns that the Death Army exists as mere fodder for the metamorphosis of the Devil Gundam. A Death Army suit sees her and is about to capture her when she is saved by a mysterious ninja. After being told to evacuate the city, she escapes, but not before Domon arrives to save her from Master Asia. When everyone makes it above ground, the Devil Gundam bursts out atop a gigantic cocoon along with Master Gundam. The Shuffle Alliance all attack Master Asia and are easily dispatched before he can defeat them, though. The ninja once more appears, revealing himself to be Schwarzbruder of Neo Germany and his Spiegel Gundam. He orders Domon to attack the Devil Gundam, but Domon is unable to strike the killing blow, thinking of Kyoji. He strikes the body, and the Devil Gundam absorbs the energy of the Shining Gundam and completes its metamorphosis, attacking Domon and disappearing. Uh-oh, sisters.
Sisters.
New character alert.
Yeah.
New character.
I have been waiting so goddamn long for this character, it feels like.
The character named Schwarzbruder makes me think of a little indie film named Star Wars.
Yeah?
And how there was a character named Darth Vader, which means something in German, and Schwarzbruder also means something in German.
It doesn't mean anything.
Who can possibly imagine?
It doesn't. Look, German people who speak German, Google Translate, don't interact.
Yeah, don't interact. Also, I can tell you right now, it translates to Glup Shido.
Yeah,
it does translate to Glup Shido.
Yeah, G Gundam fans when Glup Shido shows up.
The G stands for Glup.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah, everyone is coping with being possessed by the Devil Gundam in different ways. George is about one step away from committing seppuku.
Oh, absolutely.
And all the others are like, bro, it is not that real.
Bro, it's not that deep. Chibity does not like being the queen.
Yeah, it's okay. So across these episodes, these 3 episodes are Chibity's gay crisis.
No, I can't be a queen. No, I'm a man.
He's like, so first so it starts off with George being like, I have disgraced my name, my country, my honor. I am like over it. And she's like, okay, like.
I'm normal if anyone asked.
Yeah, like that's fine for you. Couldn't be me. Personally, I don't actually feel special. He like holds up his new crested hand and he's like, I don't actually feel special about this. Don't know about y'all, but
seems normal, I guess.
Like, not quite sure what I'm supposed to do about this. And George, Chippity looks at his and he's like, yeah, I don't like being the Queen of Spades. I'm just gonna lay that on the table right now.
Yeah, can we like trade? Can we get a different one?
Is it like a temporary tattoo? Can you kind of peel it
I
off
know
and
there's
put it
already
on
a
mine?
king, but can I be like the king of spades? Cause maybe I don't know. I'm just throwing suggestions out.
It doesn't make sense for me to be the Queen of Spades. I should be the Brooklyn of Spades.
Hey.
I mean, after he destroys a Brooklyn landmark later on.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did make a note to ask you about that later on.
Which Bridget was, yeah. Oh,
okay, good, yeah.
Don't worry, I got it.
But yeah, everyone in Tokyo fucking hates these guys because they're like, you were just fucking evil. You want us normal people to believe that you're no longer evil because like the robot cells got to you? No way, Jose.
Yeah, like you hurt a lot of us. Like a lot of them are still in like the medical tent, injured from what these four assholes did to them. So yeah, they're pretty reasonably like, I don't think we want to work with these four idiots.
I wouldn't want to. Interestingly, though, Domon right here is like... Domon is probably having the worst time. Well, okay, Domon's definitely having the worst time coping out of all of them. Because he's like, it's like, Master Ace is just not my enemy. It's only about the Devil Gundam right now. Like, he basically... Stages agree he's in denial right now.
He refuses to acknowledge that Master is kind of serving the Dark Gundam.
Mm-hmm. He kind of went sicko mode.
A sick, twisted psychopath.
A twisted fucking psychopath. And as Domon's brooding, as everyone's complaining, the ground just fucking quakes. The biggest earthquake we've seen in a long-ass time hits Tokyo, and everyone falls into the ground. We journey to the center of the earth.
And speaking of the center of the earth, everyone falls down and they get, like, separated. We don't really see them get separated, but they do.
They do.
And then we cut over and we get to see the source of the earthquake. It's not just funny Ring of Fire. It's the Devil Gundam.
Who could have guessed?
Big boy season.
Who's going to fucking Kool-Aid Man his way out through Shinjuku.
Oh, no. And Master Asia is, like, standing on a rock, like, overlooking him, and he's like, soon it'll be ready to activate.
Yes.
Soon it will be ready to Kool-Aid Man its way through Shinjuku.
And then the camera kind of pans behind him, and we see, like... There's no way to put it. We see an invisible man.
Yeah.
We see the invisible man. He's watching.
Is this when we see his like comic pair of eyes show up, or is that later on? Okay, yeah.
This is where we just see like his eyes.
It's just like, I mean, I'm sure you can. It's optical camouflage, but it is still, of all the weird shit to happen in G Gundam, just like someone who can just straight up turn invisible is very fucking funny to me. It totally takes me out of it.
I mean, it's that. We'll get to why he can do that.
Yeah. We find that Rain has been separated from the others. She's all alone. And as she's, like, calling for help, genius Jiminy Crockett creepy touches her shoulder, and she, like, just fucking yeets him into the wall upside down. Yeah, she
fucking, like, hits him with a clinch elbow strike and just knocks his ass out.
So we get Chibbity is another character who we've talked about a bit like this amongst many characters that we are familiar with between several podcasts, who frequently speaks in another language, English in this case, because he's American, and his reaction to getting thrown into the wall is like this perfect ouchie.
Yeah, I got that too. It's very fucking good.
And then he, like, turns around, and he looks at Rain, and he goes, Hey!
It's great. Chibbity fucking rules. I love this guy.
He's pretty cool.
And George is also here, too. Significantly less, normal than Chibbity is. And then we also see that Argo's with Natasha KGB, and the monks, and all of Chibbity's mommy GS. And I like the touch here that he, like, stretches out his arms to light up the room with, like, the fucking holographic handcuffs he has.
Yeah.
I love
that's really
that.
nice.
That was such a cool touch.
Make the system work for you.
We can change it from the inside if we just try.
And then Domon and Saisaishi are on their own as well.
Yeah.
Bunny has kind of a memory resurfaces from when she was captured by Master Asia. She remembers seeing Into the Dark Gundam Chamber and seeing it.
And she's like, wait, how the fuck did you guys forget about this? She's like, it was like this huge ass Gundam. Do you guys not like? She's like, I know you were there with me. I know you saw it. And they're like,
I don't
Did
know, Bunny.
I? You silly Americans.
Anyways, Ray and Chibity and George all get attacked by skeletons down in the deep dark caves.
Right before this happens, by the way, like, it is George and Chibity being paired up in this episode is very funny because George is like has been from the beginning like fully into his gay identity, and Chibity's just like a homophobic homosexual between all these episodes. And he says something, I can't remember what it is exactly that he says to George, or like George says something to him about protecting Rain and protecting women, and he's just like like and it's so standoffish. It's like, I don't want to hear that from someone like you. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, but then they get attacked by skeletons.
Yeah, they're all Sans Undertales. We do get a little quick cut over back to Domon and Saisaishi, because like a dishonored swarm of rats runs by them, and Saisaishi like loses his absolute shit, and he like crawls on Domon.
Shinjuku City, baby, we got rats.
Yeah, this is the Rat King. Is Mayor Pete is cameoed in G Gundam. And Domon's like, no, Saisaishi, this fucking rules. You kidding me? Animals always run away from danger as an instinct, so that means something bad's this way. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. Hauls ass there.
Yeah, obviously.
He loves it.
Something bad is this way. We gotta see it.
Yeah, meanwhile, like, Saisaishi's getting Maurice to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Audrey, did you get the line that George says when he and Chibity and Rain are like heading deeper underground?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it rules. He says, if I left Mademoiselle Rain alone with a beast like you, I'd be violating my oath as a knight.
That's right. So that
drag him.
I think that is the night as well, where like the line as well where Chibity just looks at him and like gives him a like weighted look. And
come on, like, man.
And George just like flips his hair over his shoulder. I love George. I love George so much.
Sans Undertales attack them, and they like basically hold them off so Rain can escape.
Hey, the DG Cell zombies are pretty fucked up, huh?
They're cool.
I mean,
it turns you into a metal skeleton. That's so fucking rad.
I wish I could look like a cool cyber skeleton.
Like, these were people, and like Chibity and George are very much killing them.
Oh yeah, these were the
dead,
citizens of Shinjuku, but I mean, nothing to be done about it. You just gotta kill them now.
But it's like oh, like this is a really fucked up situation.
Look, Audrey, it's the year Future Century 60. I could not possibly examine the morals and the like the apologetics of if metal Sans Undertale Devil Gundam skeleton is a real human being or not at this juncture.
The distant future, the year 2000 to year 2000. Yeah, got it.
Exactly. And Rain makes it to the big Devil Gundam chamber. It's this gigantic like cavern. And she's watching as just the entire like Death Army is like just walking, like merging into the body of the Devil Gundam.
The Death Army looks at the Devil Gundam and go, "This Gundam was made for me.
It's my Gundam.
It's my Gundam. It was made for me." Yeah, they're merging with it and I guess feeding it. And she also spots none other than Domon's evil brother, Kyoji.
He's just sitting there. He's hanging out.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
He's like sitting on the shoulder, I think, of the Devil Gundam, just chilling. And as she's watching there, she's like, "I understand what's going on." But then one of the Death Army suits looks up and sees her and does like the grabby hand emoji towards her. But then a strange boomerang flies in and bonks it away. It's the Invisible Man. It's
the Invisible Man. Yeah, he stops this Dark Army guy and tells Rain to get out. And tells her to get everyone out of Shinjuku, or at least out of this area.
Yeah. He becomes not invisible.
And and he looks like
he's
a German
Sentai.
ninja. He looks like a German ninja.
He's a Sentai hero in a ninja suit and he's German because it has the German flag all across it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and he's our Char for this series. Because as every single Gundam series fan knows, there always has to be a Char, a masked character, whose identity may or may not be important to the story at large. And this guy certainly seems pretty fucking important.
Yeah, speaking of secret identities and things at large, his voice does sound strangely familiar.
Who could possibly say?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time we gaslighted our fans and ourselves about the identity of a character.
I don't actually remember what his voice sounds like.
Yeah,
or if it sounds familiar.
It does.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm watching the dub. Shut up.
I'm sure even in the dub it sounds familiar.
Possibly.
So also his attack. So going back to my thesis of G Gundam being a magical girl show, the way he attacks these Death Army guys is literally Moon Tiara action.
He just fucking yeets it.
He's got like the Gundam style crest, but just like on his mask, his ninja mask, and he can throw it like a boomerang.
Oh yeah, it is his own V-fin, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's Moon Tiara action. It is Sailor Moon's first attack.
It's good.
And that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, I mean that right there makes him objectively rad as hell. So you can't possibly argue with those results, folks. And like Rain's running away, he's holding him off. And as she's like in like a stairwell to the surface, Master Ace is just standing there at the top menacingly. He throws his Master Scarf at Rain, but Domon grabs it at the last minute, and he'd like tell Sai to take Rain, run to the surface while Domon has words with his master. But Master Ace is just like, hey Domon, it's resurrection time. Look at your watch, buddy.
Out. Yeah.
Check this shit out, dude.
So everyone in Shinjuku's like, oh my god, it's another earthquake, and it's even stronger than the last one. Why did we choose to live in the Ring of Fire, known for its tsunamis, volcano eruptions, earthquakes, and a Devil Gundam?
Where else on Earth can you get all of those things in one place?
What could be better than this?
We do see disasters.
We do see on the surface as Rain and Sai make it up there. George and Shibidi are like in the palm of a Nobushi as it's just like fucking gunning down the metal skeletons coming out of the stairwell.
Just demolishing these fucking sands.
It's just really funny seeing them like impotently just like sitting in the palm of it, not being able to do anything.
Yeah. Argo and all the rest, they're rescued as well. But as we said, it's resurrection time. They managed to get everyone out of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government building just in time because the fucking Dark Gundam bursts out from underneath it and demolishes the whole thing.
Oh, yeah!
The big fucking orb. This orb it's on is giganto.
Okay.
This big red cocoon.
I'm sorry. It looks like big a fucking, like, brain genius Wojak.
Whoa, shit!
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
The one where he's sitting on his own brain as a chair.
Or where his own brain is like a hot air balloon that he's
his own brain's like a woman riding him. Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Fuck.
Exactly.
It gives me sort of. I mean, it's not. I feel like seeing that. Wow, I forgot how to talk. Excuse me. Seeing just like the little snippet of it in the opening, starting to give me Unicron vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, I can get behind this. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, it is a big, greebled, mechanical, like, big fucking orb. And that alone is like, okay. That alone is enough to make me, like, stand up and do a golf clap at the very least. I like to see it. It's cool. It's freaky. It's scary.
Oh, yeah. The torso of it, I don't know if we've been able to see this before, but the torso is, of course, attached to this big fucking body, but it's also attached to, like, a big giant Gundam head that is then attached to the big body.
That is the coolest thing about the Devil Gundam to me, is that, like, it's a Gundam that's, like, entire lower half is also, like, a Gundam head.
Yes.
I really hope that they actually do end up making that. Apparently, someone who's like pretty high up in the world of like Gunpla has said that they're going to make a high grade Double Gundam.
Ooh.
Wow.
Which I would fucking love. Are you kidding me? That would be rad as hell.
That would be big.
I think you can really see like the legacy of something like Devil Gundam in mecha shows that came afterwards. Like Gurren Lagann is very much like
absolutely.
right, like specifically like the same idea of having this small little head Gundam that actually then comes out of a larger mech.
Mm-hmm. God, I want to rewatch Gurren Lagann.
Right? Maybe I'll stream it sometime.
Show. Yeah,
maybe
oh my god.
Maybe I'll stream it on Monday sometime.
If you stream like the Gurren Hen and Lagann Hen, the movies, I'll definitely be down for that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it since I first saw it in like middle school. That was the first anime I watched.
Yeah, it's been, that was like my first favorite anime too.
Oh god, I'm so much older than you guys.
Sorry.
This is literally college.
You're like 2 years older than me.
Than you. I'm considerably older than Argyle.
Yeah, we're both like 10 years older than Argyle. Anyway. Big orb destroys the middle of Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. And this is when Rain reveals what she's found. And she's like, they haven't been attacking Shinjuku, they've been defending it. And basically she says that all those skeletons we saw... Huh? It's weird the way she says it, but like all the skeletons that she saw underground, they're the dead citizens of Shinjuku, of Tokyo, who have been turned into like fodder essentially, and the Death Army clones were sent here to be poured into the Devil Gundam to allow it to grow. So I guess what they're doing is like by their defending Shinjuku, I think Rain means they're getting rid of all the people who can discover and shut down the operation that's growing and feeding the Devil Gundam.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the best way to think about it.
It's a clunky line, but I get it.
Yeah. Because it's like, well, they did destroy Shinjuku. I don't know.
I mean, they were definitely attacking people.
Yeah, but all the Dark Army, they've been feeding the Dark Gundam because much like an insect which pupates in its little cocoon, it's been evolving, growing, recovering. And it needs sustenance in the form of these other Gundams and people to do that.
Yes. Master Age is also here, standing in front of the big orb, and he's like, "Hey, Domon, I'm not being controlled at all. I just love this thing so much. This thing's so strong. You kidding me, man?"
He's literally like, I'm not owned. I insist as I slowly shrink into an antagonist.
Well, he's not. He says triumphantly, "Hey, I don't have any DG cells on me. I'm not being mind controlled. I just think this thing is cool. I just think it's neat."
Yeah, literally holding it up like a potato. I just think it's neat.
Yeah. And like all of the Shuffle Alliance lads show up here in their suits. They are ready to fight. They are pissed as hell, and they all get their asses completely handed to them by Master Asia.
Yeah.
I do want to point out, I'm like very one track, but they all get... So, Chibity goes off on his own first, and gets his ass handed to them, and then George and Argo and Saisashi are like, alright, let's attack together, actually. Use some strategy, and all get their asses handed to them as well at the same time.
Oh yeah, he uses a special attack from the School of the Undefeated of the East, 12 Cyclones.
Yeah.
And shoots out like a bunch of little shadow copies
Mini-me's.
Yeah, little mini-me's, minions, to destroy them.
Just knocks them flat on their ass, and it's like the three of them go down together, but the Domo turns around and the only name he says is George!
George, no!
George!
Which is like, congratulations, George, on being first consort, I guess, in the polycule.
Exactly. And he says that, the Shuffle Alliance must be in tears seeing your sorry performance here. I was stalling for time while the Devil Gundam grew, but I realize you're no threat now, so I'll finish you all off in one go. But then...
He shoots out his arm on a wire to kill them.
It's sick as hell. I love shit on wires.
Fucking rock'em sock'em robot shit.
Yeah. But before he is able to finish them off with this arm shooty attack, Shadow Gundam appears. A mysterious Gundam appears and deflects the attack. And
this thing's just a guy. We said it before we recorded, but this is just a guy. This is nothing.
Which again, as we said before we recorded, probably for the best.
If I had to get, if you just showed me this Gundam in a vacuum and had asked me to guess what country it's from, I'd probably say it's supposed to be a British Bobby or something. So it's
the hat's very Yeah,
and he's got nightsticks, like little tonfas that he uses. But no, this is Shadow Gundam, piloted by Schwarz Bruder from Neo Germany.
Oh yeah.
And in the sub it is Spiegel Gundam, but also...
Which is Mir. That's Mir Gundam.
Also piloted by Schwarzbruder.
Yeah, and I like its invisibility. It projects images of itself. It does Double Team from Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
And Domon's like freaking out. Domon's like, this guy can fight in the same level as Master Asia.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. And this is when Schwartz tells Domon to destroy the Devil Gundam. I'm keeping him busy. Domon blasts out super mode, and he does a slightly different speech.
In the dub, he's like, "'Cause of this guy, this guy right here, 'cause of this guy, Kyoji, that the mom and dad are dead.
Get a load of this guy, Cam.
Get a load."
Yeah. And yeah, that's when he launches into the super mode, and he says, "This hand of mine shines and roars. Its bright cry tells me to defeat you."
I like the addition of roaring. In
he's
the
pissed as hell.
Here. Yeah.
But as he's like going for the head, he chickens out because he thinks of Kyoji, and no matter how hard he's like steeled himself, he can't do it.
Yeah. So he does attack. I'm gonna make a note of this every time he does it.
Every single thing. No, I knew you. And I was
waiting
go
ahead.
It.
Tell me what he says.
Just because it's interesting. So this time again, we get men, which is again one I think probably the most common kendo chop, which is the center over the head chop. So we get men again, which we've seen before, but he does it. But it's notable because men again signifies that you're going for the head, and so he had in his heart that he was going to go and try to attack the head up to the last second, where he wasn't able to do it, which I do think is actually important and notable.
But instead of attacking the head, he ends up just like stabbing into the body. And that's not good because, as we saw with the Death Army Underground, it can just straight up absorb shit, and it like slurps up Domon's shiny figure sword like a spaghetti,
like a fine Chianti.
Delicious.
And everyone's like, "You fucked up," and Schwartz is like, "You fucking idiot, dude! Why did you go
for the head?"
T. Hanno's voice, you should have gone for the head.
Yeah.
Yep. And it like fully resurrects, and this thing is like genuinely scary looking when it's like fully out there.
I mean, yes and no. First of all, it's extremely ugly. The first thing it did make me think of was Shuckle.
Yeah,
I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Don't fuckle with Shuckle, but
one of the least intimidating looking Pokemon in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when it has this weird like mass of, it looks almost like tree roots. Like it's not the same sort of like weird dog darkness thing it had before. Like it looks like these weird like gigantic mechanical like trunks coming off of it. But it's like gigantic and it's terrifying and it's huge. And as it like unveils itself, like everyone sees Kyoji sitting on it, and Domon the entire time is like, "Kyoji?" But importantly, for us, he's saying brother the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's not saying Kyoji, because the whole thing was like, don't say Kyoji's mother, but like the entire time when he actually sees Kyoji, he's like, brother. And Kyoji doesn't say a thing.
Yeah, he doesn't say a fucking thing. And the Dark Gundam shoots out a big fucking laser that, were it not for Schwarzbrüder, Domon would have been vaporized.
Get down, Mr. President.
Oh, yeah. He gets down Mr. President's Domon right on time to stop him from getting vaporized by this giant laser beam that destroys a big swath of Tokyo once again.
Yeah. And it's like, and then like it kind of does this weird like fade where it just like Master Gundam and the Devil Gundam just kind of leave because I guess everyone just like can't do shit. And then it's like later that day, basically, it's like
Kyoji he just turns his back on Domon.
Yeah,
and then,
doesn't say a thing.
Disappear.
Poor Domon.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's later that day, and it's like rainy and darkness, and it's very, very sad. And Domon knows he failed, and he like knows that Kyoji was serious, and like he had a killing intent when he aimed at him.
He had no qualms about just killing him without even blinking.
And he's like, Kyoji is no longer ... And I guess he was going to say my brother, but the episode kind of ends on that half line there. Poor Domon.
Yeah,
you gotta feel for the guy.
He's having a not great time, I will say.
He's going through it a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
That's the first episode, though.
It's the first episode.
Pretty good. Pretty fucking crazy.
Do we want to just go on to the next one?
Hell yeah.
This is episode 17. Challenge, Mysterious Masked Fighter. The Polycule is given up on defeating the Dark Gundam, and they all depart from Shinjuku, but Domon, however, chases after Master Asia to challenge him to a fight. He is intercepted on his way by Schwartz Bruder, who insults his fighting capabilities and says he's no match for the Dark Gundam or even for Master Asia. Domon still sets out, seeking to use the Super Mode to defeat Master as his trump card, but he's ambushed by the Dark Army. Schwartz saves him, and after further insulting his abilities, challenges Domon to a Gundam fight. Domon is easily outmatched and is unable to activate the Super Mode when he wants to. Realizing he needs to train his abilities, Domon sets out for the Guyana Highlands where he first trained with Master Asia.
This is an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get more Schwartz action.
We got a lot of Schwartz.
Yeah, he's kind of a mainstay moving on from these episodes.
Which is great. I love to see this guy.
Yeah.
He's so silly. He's like a German jester ninja.
Yeah, no, that's why I love him so much.
I just think that the fact that he has like a little jester hat on his tracer suit, like what purpose could that possibly serve in an actual Gundam fight? I'm trying to figure out, but
it's just fun.
It's a psychological factor, Audrey. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it's intimidation. Got it.
It's
the same reason why Gundams have faces.
It's not like his Gundam also has a jester hat that he can like swing around as a weapon. It just has a helmet on. So
Yeah.
he
It just has a helmet, yeah.
Anyway, does a gay little jester dance that pisses you off?
Yeah, that's what Schwartz does this whole episode.
Yeah. So we start off in like sort of the aftermath of coming to terms with Devil Gundam being fully resurrected.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Wow, that thing's kind of fucked up. I don't think we can beat it. Anyways, bye."
Yeah.
Bye.
I mean, so before that, like Rain is attending to like all the wounded, and all of the polycule come up to her individually to like say goodbye. My favorite of this is when Chibity comes up, because the first people to greet her are actually his four weed smoking GFs.
Yes.
Yeah. Who are just like, Rain, oh my god, Rain. And I'm like, oh, you definitely fucked. It's great. We have two completely homosexual 5 people polycules now.
Mm-hmm.
5-person polycules now.
As it should be.
As it should be. She's so, you know, they all say goodbye after like a very brief moment where they like the 5 of them together were, like look after the way that Devil Gundam went off, and like very shortly went, well, not gonna ruin my day.
Yeah, I'm not
Sorry
doing
about
that. No skin off my balls.
Throughout the entire episode as well, there's like this cutaway. Master Asia is like, he's inside some fucking cave with the Devil Gundam with like the entire the Death Army, and he's like, I don't know what this is. It's like a crystal ball or something.
Yeah, he's just watching them like the Wicked Witch the whole episode.
Yeah,
That's true.
And the entire time it is so funny. So first he talks to Devil Gundam itself. He's like, I can easily capture Domon, but then it's as if he's giving this like battle tactics presentation to the entire skeleton
He's
crew.
fucking reciting Sun Tzu the whole time and watching them through a crystal ball. It's extremely funny.
He's like, in battle, there are 9 geographic types, and also fire, earth, wind, and water. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah. Also, he's like, yeah, we need to go out and capture Domon. You hear that? And all the skeletons say, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like, what the fuck? It's so funny. I love this weird TED Talk he has to give. We also see, back to the real world, Sai's leaving. He's like just fucking chowing down on a bowl of fried rice, like on the open cockpit of his Gundam, and the monks are chewing him out. And he's like, we gotta get back to the Gundam fight. Don't worry about it. The Devil Gundam's no longer our problem. I'm hungry. I'm baby.
He's a growing boy. He needs his food.
Baby wants snack.
Baby want food. Another very weird scene as we see Rain back in the tent, because George's like retainer, butler, is kissing Rain's hand for like a very long time, because we both get a single silent shot of both Rain and George's like awkward faces looking down.
George is like, you're embarrassing me. Can we?
It's
like,
so
please stop?
funny.
George is like, I forgot to inform everyone that the heterosexuals are at it again.
Are the straights okay?
No. It's funny. And yeah, George is off too, and Domon finally is trying to leave as well. He's on the warpath. He just wants to get in the Corf lander and like find Master Asia.
Yeah, he knows that Master and the Dark Gundam went south from Tokyo, so he's just gonna go south and see what he finds. Yeah. And that's when we get the music.
Music.
Yeah. So this is indescribable. I really can't express, listeners. I want you to watch this episode, actually, because
please, you need to just see it for yourself.
Us talking about it cannot actually properly express what it feels like to be watching these series of, like, fairly serious moments and then get to this Scooby-Doo ass chase music. Like,
it sounds like Paper Mario music to me. Like, that's the vibe I got from it. It's like, it's extremely silly, whatever it is.
It's so weird. It's like Master Asian is watching Domon drive down, like, the Japanese Pacific Coast Highway to, like, the most ill-fitting music you've ever heard.
I mean, I would have loved for it to be like Vaporwave or something here, but it's not. It's this.
Domon listen to Calm Trues as he drives away from the fucking Shinjuku relief site.
This would have been great.
Some fucking cartoon ass, like.
Note to me when I edit this. Please fucking pipe the audio in. I need to remember to do this.
If you can find that audio track, please.
It should be on the OST. I can't imagine it isn't, because it's that. I feel like it's like weird enough that everyone definitely ripped it because they wanted to hear it again.
Yeah. But he goes out.
As Domon's driving through the city, Master Ace is sort of taunting him. He's like, if you fight with force and no plan, you're bound to lose. And then Domon starts to see, like, these weird, like, illusions of Master Gundam sort of, like, weaving between the buildings. And, like, you know, he immediately, like, fucking Tom from Tom and Jerry smelling a pie, he just drives off after them.
Yeah, and this is when Master just starts, like, reading Sun Tzu Art of War shit.
Yeah. I think this is part of the reason why I associated with like, Scooby-Doo, because of, like Master Gundam just, like, fading in and out of me, like, ooh, now you see me, ooh, now you don't. It feels like very much like we're in a hallway and there are doors across from each other. We're going to run into them and run out of them, and it's going to be a different order of people every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It rules. Oh, God, it rules.
It's something.
It's something, and, like, as Domon's driving along the highway, he's, like, still thinking Master Asia, and then he sees Schwartz Brooder, and it plays the new Type Flash again. I can't get enough of that stupid whatever instrument it is. Cracks me up every time. And he like crashes here, right?
Yeah.
Does he like
he swerves to avoid Schwartz and like
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought happened.
Fucks up the core lander.
He's in like the Japanese pine forests now that are right outside Tokyo, I guess. I don't know the geography of Japan very well, but it doesn't seem
I don't know.
Listen, it's 60 years in the future, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true. Got me there.
In the future from where? Who knows?
Yeah, who could say?
From now.
Not our problem. But they're, like, meeting in this forest off the road. And Schwartz is telling Domon that he needs to, like, back off, stop chasing after Master Asia. You need
Schwartz
a plan.
Is hiding on a tree.
Yeah. He see the tree, like, peel off. It's very silly. He's a German weeaboo.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be a ninja so badly.
Yeah, it's like, really remarkable. I had almost, like, the exact same note. It's like, wow, weeaboo.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. He tells Domon, you suck shit, you can't fight. Master Asia is going to turn you inside out like a pretzel if you dare to challenge him right now. Like, you cannot fight.
He loves pretzels.
I would know, I'm German.
Yeah, exactly. Goes down with spicy mustard and Oktoberfest beer really well.
Oh, God, I could go for, like, a nice soft pretzel with some, like, spicy Dijon mustard. Oh, baby. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, he kind of rightfully points out that, hey, Domon, you're just, like, a little bit better than all these other Gundam fighters, and you've been kind of high on your own supply because of it. Like, you really need to, like, simmer down a little bit because you're going to get your ass beat and killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to demonstrate to Domon how weak he is, Schwartz just, like, straight up cuts a tree down. Like, he has a katana that he just, like, does the anime thing, and Domon, like, cowers, and, like, you see the tree, like, slide off where it was cut and falls over, and he like sticks it into the ground like with the hilt, and he's like, pick up this sword, it'll tell you what you can do, and then challenge me if you dare. And then he fucking pops a smoke bomb and disappears.
I fucking love this guy.
This guy rules. You can tell he's having fun being a German ninja.
Yeah. Domon picks up the sword and he's like, okay, well, fuck, that sounds easy. He strikes the tree, a tree nearby. It doesn't make a dent in it.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's a very rusty blade. He can't do anything with it.
This sword's busted as hell. What the fuck?
Yo, German steel sucks.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This is... Man, Oppenheimer steel is not what it's been made out to be.
Yeah. Those German katana makers, you know, they're not as good as they used to be.
At this point, Rain shows up, and she it's like a receipt printing machine from a supermarket. She like does a little printout on what she knows about Schwartz Bruder, and like as she tells it
on the receipt, it says nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
Jack shit.
No, so it doesn't scan. He must be free.
He's the jack of shit, because that's what everyone knows about him.
Domon does say, when I fought him, I felt a strange sense of familiarity.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing.
And nostalgia, like I was meeting someone who I hadn't seen in a long time.
Oh, shut up. I can't stand this. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, we know shit about fuck all about Schwartz Bruder.
Yeah, he's the Neo-German Gundam fighter. Nobody knows his face or his true identity. That's all we know. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like maybe he fought Devil Gundam one time. I don't know. Not my problem.
Yeah, he according to reports, he fought what may or may not have been the Dark Gundam once, and then he disappeared until he resurfaced in Shinjuku like yesterday. So
we can neither confirm nor deny that he fought Devil Gundam at some point.
Impossible to say. And Domon says, whatever, I don't need that guy. I have super mode. And, Domon's starting to spit the thesis of the episode. Super mode can defeat anything. Mm-hmm. And, fucks off once more in the Core Lander.
Yeah. Cue my favorite wave again.
Yeah. I love that he never puts the fucking canopy down when he drives. Like, he drives the Core Lander and the entire, windscreen is, angled. It's,
That's
open.
That's gotta be producing crazy drag.
The amount of drag, I know. It's like that should be flying off. He's going 70 miles an hour, it looks like. Again, future century. Maybe the laws of physics change. Who can possibly say?
Technology is miraculous.
I love it so. And yeah, Rain follows him as he drives off. Master Asia watches from his crystal ball thing. And Master Asia says he's heading to one of the six
types of geographical obstacles. This one is called the natural mesh.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm in a
what?
I feel like I'm in a fucking Fire Emblem game. And
I know.
They're here's your tutorial. Swords beat axes. Axes beat bows.
If you see Domon in a natural mesh, it's filled with trees and Gundams can't maneuver properly.
Domon takes a -10 penalty to movement when he walks through this terrain.
Pegasi can fly over mountains.
Hope you refilled your Gundam. You get your Vernier flight activated. He's heading into a trap, but Domon tells Rain, "No, it's not a trap. You see, I'm going to use the mountains to get the high ground and scout the enemy."
Yeah, Master taught me this.
He said it like an idiot.
He's so
Master
stupid.
Said, it's like Sun Tzu said, whoever gets the high ground first wins.
It's the fart of war, Rain.
Master taught me this.
Fucking dumb.
But he's been outwitted because Master Asia got the high ground first.
Yeah, who could have seen this coming when he was chasing him?
And there's 3 of him now.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god.
So, I don't know if there's anything you guys want to talk about, this particular moment, but, we see very quickly as this fight engages, that there aren't actually 3 Master Asias. It is 3 of the Death Army in Master Gundam
Asia cosplay,
dressing up your cat for Halloween.
This is
ears on, and they've got the cape.
Yes, this is the Death Master. So there's several variants of the Death Army, and this is literally it's called the Death Master. It has the weird gesture bunny ears of the Master Gundam, and it has the wing cape thing.
It's a fucking Spirit of Halloween costume, is what it is.
This is the Spirit of Halloween. And it is
Master
so funny and
can't stop screaming.
This is how Domon was tricked. It's the silhouettes look the same pretty much. They all use a scarf on him at the same time. And he's in his Gundam by now, of course.
Yeah.
And he gets restrained, and he tries to use Shining Finger, but they just electrocute him instead, and he can't do shit.
And Q, our new favorite Deus Ex Machina, literally.
Bruder Ex Machina.
Yeah, Bruder Ex Machina. Schwartz comes in, and he's like, "How goes your fight against your master, Domon Kashu? Pretty good, it doesn't seem."
Yeah, he literally says, "Domon, you look great." Get his ass.
Domon, your fighting strategy is weak. Anybody who knows even a little bit of combat tactics, Sun Tzu, Machiavelli would be able to outwit you. You're really basic.
He's here to save Domon, but he also just drags him to filth. It's he's like, Hey, Domon, you're stupid and you make very little money, bitch.
Bitch.
Hey, Domon.
Hey, Domon, look at me. Domon.
Don't look at me.
Bitch.
Bitch.
And he uses his like weird tonfa elbow blades to just completely cut them apart entirely. It rules. He's like, after he does that, Domon starts freaking out. He's like, Master could have been in one of those. And Schwartz is like, bro, dude, come on, like, chill, man.
There was never going to be any Master Asia, you stupid slut.
He says anyone with half a mind for tactics can manipulate you. You're such a straightforward fighter. You've already lost. And then he's like, God, Domon is such an idiot. He immediately challenges Schwartz to a Gundam battle.
Yeah, Schwartz is like, yeah, let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I don't have any qualms about beating up a child, an idiot.
Yeah. He just, like, gets bodied right away, because, like, he Schwartz even does the Chun-Li air kicks on Domon.
Yeah. God,
it is so funny. I love seeing Domon get his, like, ass handed to him.
Yeah.
By a jester. By
a literal court jester.
Yeah.
God. Schwartz ends up like shooting this like net at Domon after he tries to activate super mode and just like doesn't take at all.
Schwartz, I want to point out this fucking goofy ass shot of Schwartz. Like, I guess he's throwing like shurikens at him or something, but it just looks like he's waving his arms.
They don't animate the blades. They just show him doing it, so it looks like he's doing like a very fast Macarena.
Yeah, he's just like spinning his arms around. He's like, "Hey, Domon, where's that super mode? Doesn't look like it's coming out, huh?" And Domon's like, "Wait,
Domon, check out my new TikTok dance."
Yeah, plays the fucking Olivia Rodrigo song as he does the moves.
And Domon's like, "Oh yeah, I have the super mode. I forgot about that." And he's like, "Yeah, I have to activate the super mode. Super mode!" And
oh god, I'm just constipated.
And he doesn't manage to get it, but he does activate Shining Finger and is just owned by the nets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Schwartz.
He's totally pinned down there, and then Schwartz is just nearly cuts his head off.
Schwartz,
you got you.
Yeah, Schwartz just like shoots out these like two nets. He's like, haha, check this shit out. And Domon's like, wait, what? And immediately gets pinned like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like, again,
taxidermied.
And again, like, a very male gazy, like, kneeling
he's so
position.
helpless.
But it's specifically like he's kneeling with like his hands pinned back.
He's doing
it's
the thirsty little flower pose.
Shut up. But it's like all of this is like extremely fascinating to me all the time.
Fascinating, yes, of course.
That's a word.
That's one word for it.
No, genuinely, like I'm fascinated that a show like this that is so catered to like such a male audience and is about like war and like traditionally masculine things frequently puts its male main characters in these like extremely physically vulnerable positions.
Yeah, like a helpless position. Yeah,
like I am legitimately fascinated by that.
No, I know.
It rules. But he pins him down and he like uses his elbow blades and like cross them at Domon's neck and he's like, nah, like you've already lost. Like
you ain't worth it.
This battle's been decided. You're not worth the effort. And he just walks away and like warps out. But after the battle, Rain's just like kind of looking at all this. She's like, damn, Domon got his ass kicked. Hey, and then she like starts counting. She counts on her fingers. I thought there were 3 of those suits, but there's 4. And then the 4th one just gets up.
Uh-oh, sisters.
It's like, oh, fuck. Uh-oh, sisters. And then it's another trap in Master Asia. Of course, we get Master Asia's wisdom of the day. Sneaking soldiers into the battlefield secretly is also a strategy.
Yep.
Thanks, dude.
Again, this feels like a hint screen on like a tactics game.
Yeah,
exactly.
You get a game over in Fire Emblem, and this is what it tells you.
Right, that's right.
When you're reloading.
And as the Death Master's coming towards Domon, he finally gets super mode ready, and he like cuts it with Shiny Finger Sword. I think he actually, I know you have some wisdom here, Audrey.
Yes. So the sequence he uses here is Men Suki Do. So we've seen Men before in the last episode. We saw Suki before. That is like a neck piercing attack, and then Do is like Men, but instead of coming down over the head, it comes to the side and comes in at the waist.
Oh.
So
interesting that he doesn't really do any of that here because he hits it like on the side of it. Like, he like cuts it down its shoulder a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of a men. It's like, that's like a variation on a men, because it's still like the same.
Would you say it's a new type of men?
I'm going to end you. Is what I
but
say.
like after he cuts into it, he like shining fingers. He doesn't even grab it. He literally just shining fingers and like pushes his hand through its head, and just disintegrates it. It fucking rules. And then he's like, why didn't super mode activate until just now? And Master Asia like is sort of taken aback by this, and he retreats. He's like, I'm gonna alter the Death Army's combat strategies. We're gonna get that Domon Kashu's ass. Mark my words.
Yeah, he's like, I'll see you later.
I'll be back. And then, God. Later that evening, Domon's practicing.
Domon Kashu.
Domon Kashu. He's practicing with a sword, and he's like telling Rain, Schwartz is right. Don't say anything, Rain. And he's like, I know I lack fighting ability, so I got us plane tickets to Guyana. Woo! This is where he first trained with Master Asia, the Guyana Highlands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, cool, I guess. Just going to a whole new place of the world. I'd rather see Guyana than Shinjuku, so, yeah.
Yeah, so would the animators.
Yeah, exactly. They
my
got fucking
God.
sick and tired of it.
Yeah, that's what it says on the
episode,
the Wikipedia page, actually, that they got sick of animating a bunch of different countries, but then also Shinjuku was too detailed, so they were like, let's go to the Guyana Highlands, because it's just like a big forest.
So let's go to a place where we can lovingly detail this beautiful African landscape.
Where we don't have to, like, accurately
Guyana is
reproduce.
in South America.
Yeah.
No, I thought French Guyana's in South America. Oh, no, French Guyana's on the other side of Guyana from Suriname. That's right.
Yeah, where we don't have to animate any accurate landmarks.
We just draw pretty cliffs and waterfalls and call it a day.
Yeah.
Why do I think Guyana was in Africa?
Maybe you're thinking of Ghana?
New Guinea?
It's because
Guinea?
there's Guyana. Yeah, no, it's Guinea.
Okay.
Next episode though.
Cool.
Audrey.
Yeah. Episode 18. Steal the Secret. Scheme of the Beautiful Warriors.
Love that Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass title.
Really? Chibity's pit crew notice how strange Chibity has been acting after the trauma of facing the Devil Gundam, so they run off to the Guyana Highlands. Chibity chases them, and in the process he finds Domon and begins to train with him. Together, they sharpen their skills and get more out of their training. Meanwhile, Chibity's crew have returned to their roots and stolen the combat data on the Shining Gundam. Rain catches them, and they run away with Rain chasing after them. During this flee, they get trapped in the middle of an overflowing river and have to call for Chibity and Domon for help. Chibity and Domon try their best, but nothing works. A sudden gush of water threatens the girls, and Domon activates the super mode, stopping it. The girls are then rescued by Schwartz, who challenges Domon to master his super mode.
Yeah. This one is more, I think the more I think about it, it's more fun. When I watched it, I was like,
I like this episode.
So
this one's good.
I think we're getting into, like, so the first few episodes of the series introduce the polycule, and then we get out to, like, the first major plot, like, conflict, which is the resurrection of the Devil Gundam, and now it's now I think we're about to see a series of episodes where Domon gets closer to each member of the polycule and
that's exactly it.
Like really brings them all together. So, it's like nice.
I like it.
It's guys being dudes. What's better than this?
Guys being dudes, just hanging out in South America.
Yes, we see this beautiful South American landscape here. It's like, cliffs and rivers and waterfalls and forests. It's gorgeous, and this is where he's going to train his super mode.
Yeah.
And then we get the stalker intro here, and we cut to the Brooklyn Bridge. Is that right?
Yes. So this is very specifically the Brooklyn Bridge, because Brooklyn Bridge has very notable architecture in its arches. It has what?
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. What were you going to say?
Well, yeah, I noticed that, right? Because but the Brooklyn Bridge has two of those, right? Like on each tower.
Yes, it does. One on each side. I thought it did here. I thought I saw.
No, it's just.
I thought it was just. I think it's just one.
Here it's just one. That's why I'm like, it's kind of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well,
I mean, if it's any bridge, it's the Brooklyn Bridge, but I don't think they got it quite right.
It's supposed. I'm assuming it's supposed to be the Brooklyn Bridge, because the Brooklyn Bridge has these like very notable arches. Yeah. That are like quite pretty actually to look at, and if you enter from either side of the bridge. You can like see straight through them to the other side, which is like nice and pretty. Anyway, it's a Brooklyn Bridge. Someone has PTSD.
Oh no!
Oh, he has DG-PTSD.
Yeah.
He's fighting
DG-PTSD Pride.
He is fighting Temujin Gundam of Neo-Mongolia.
Yeah.
Not Temujin Gundam, it is just Temujin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we don't see a whole lot of it. I like the colors. It's like a nice, like, dark beige with like really, really dark green and some red trim.
It's piloted by Kilharn is the name of the pilot.
Kilharn. Wow, that is an absolute nothing of a Gundam Wiki entry, but
yeah,
it does have the sort of one of those hats. God, I forgot the name of the hats they wear in Mongolia.
But
like that's the hats.
Yeah.
My dad has a hat that he got from my brother. My brother's roommate is from Central Asia, so he got him one of those as a gift. But I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's fine. It has Chibity pinned down though, and it's ready to behead him. But this is when he gets his PTSD flashback to the Devil Gundam, and he sees the cells being implanted on his arms once more, and it grows on him, and he goes fucking apeshit, and he like literally shoots the arms off of the Temujin Gundam, and then like gets it down, and it starts just like pummeling its head. He kind of goes kind of crazy with it there.
Yeah, and like all of his girlfriends are on the side going, stop, he's already dead.
He's already dead, exactly. He's already dead.
And he like gets out of his fugue state and looks around and realizes he's destroyed the Brooklyn Bridge, and he's like, oh God, did I do that?
Oh no. Did I do that?
Did I do that?
He did do that.
He did do that, yeah.
Very, very, very sad. And this random old man sitting on a bench.
Voice.
Not for us.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, not for us.
I did scope his voice in the dub for once, so...
it's funny. He disguises his voice.
So
he's doing like kind of a deeper voice, but it's pretty easly identifiably the same guy.
Interesting. So you heard of women in lakes giving out swords as a form of government? Well, here's old men in trench coats sitting on New York City park benches giving out advice.
Just classic shit.
Classic shit. This old guy says, he's like, you gotta take a break to clear your mind. Maybe there's a, he's like, this ain't right. The Neo-America's dream is over. You've lost yourself. Maybe there's like a rival you can fight with. I don't know. Goodbye.
I don't know. Maybe if there was just like somebody from like, I don't know, Japan, for instance, maybe who was training in South America, who you could fight against to sharpen your blades against each other. I don't know. Anyways, don't mind me. I'm just an old man. I'll just walk away now.
Yep. Fucking old man ex machina now.
It's like the least subtle. It's like very funny. It's the least subtle thing this show has ever done, actually. Yeah,
it is very, very unsubtle. It rules. And the girls all realize, they all say in unison, Domon Kashu!
Oh.
They realize that, that's what he has to do. And like around the corner, the old man takes his costume off, and it's just Schwartz, and he jumps away.
He walks behind a tree, and he's like, yes, it's me, Schwartz Bruder.
I want to be very clear about the way he takes off this costume, because he is wearing a mask of another man. He just like clutches his face and rips this entire costume off like he's skinning himself in one move. Takes off the mask, takes off the trench coat, takes it with one hand in one smooth motion.
Yeah, you thought the Yakuza games, the Yakuza characters were impressive.
You ain't seen nothing. It's so funny. And it's later that night. It's Chibity's like trying to get into his own apartment. He's drunk as hell.
Oh yeah.
He can't find his keys, so he just straight up like kicks the door down. And he calls for all of them, but no one answers, like all of his girls. And he sees a letter that says, Dear Chibity.
Dear sister.
And he reads the letter. Dear sister. And basically the letter says, you suck, you're a coward. We're going to fight Domon for you because you're not man enough to do it yourself. If you want to come, you can, if you're able to. We need to like preserve our honor.
Yeah, if you man up a little bit, you can come to the Guyana Highlands.
Yeah, an important thing to note here is that the letter itself is literally written in English.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
did you write it down, Audrey?
I didn't write down the entire thing, but...
I got it.
I figured one of you would write it down, so I did.
I got it, yeah.
Yeah, so Yeah, you can go for it, Max.
It first of all, it's reminiscent of apart from Zeta Gundam, the very famous Captain Quattro, he is a Char line. It's not the same level of like poorly translated written English, but like it's kind of there. It says, "Dear Chibity, we."
I'm just agreeing with you.
Okay, yeah. It says, "Dear Chibity, we can't bear the sight of your cowardliness, so we will go to Guyana Highlands to beat up Domo and Kashu instead of you. We carry out on our honor of Gundam Fighter crews. P.S. If you will, you can see us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the gist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he'd like just starts traveling to Guyana.
He just surfs all the way there.
Yeah,
very good.
He's like, still drunk, by the way. He's like, how stupid are they to go on their own? Get me my surfboard.
Get me my fucking
There's no
rocket
rule
surfboard.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the cops try and stop a Gundam for driving under the influence.
No, exactly. There's no rule against piloting a Gundam under the influence.
No law says you can't. Over international waters, baby.
Yep. And we see Domo training in Guyana.
Domo's just fucking running through the forest. He's swinging his sword all over the place. He's jumping into waterfalls and shit. He's just having fun, it looks like.
It is just... He's not training. He's just jumping. He's doing Naruto jumps. He's like swinging his sword like an absolute freak as he's jumping. And he's jumping off waterfalls.
I would... As someone who has done cliff jumping before, I feel like cliff jumping with a sword is maybe not the best idea, even for a very skilled
like a good way
martial
to
artist.
impale
Oh,
yourself.
yeah.
But what do I know, I guess?
And even Rain is sitting at the base of the waterfall like, why is he just jumping into waterfalls? This is useless.
Yeah, this is really getting us anywhere. It looks fun, but the air is nice here, but, it's not really doing much.
She doesn't get it. I don't get it either. But by now the girls have arrived. They see that Rain is like asleep by the water. She just like has her feet in, just chilling. And they detail their actual...
She's getting what I like to call a fish manicure. Fish pedicure. Which
I
know.
Eat the fucking dead skin off your feet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You get your toes sucked by some carp. We've all been there.
Yeah.
I have.
Who amongst us has not? Honestly.
I haven't.
Well. Congratulations, Argyle. You haven't had fish suck your toes before.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you.
Unfortunate.
They detail their actual plan, which is to copy the Shining Gundam's combat data. Just for a short time, we're going to have to act like how we used to. We get their backstory. We get the backstory of Chibity's mommy GFs.
Yeah. They used to be little hoodlums, little hooligans on the streets of New York.
A girl gang.
Yeah, I love their old outfits. I wish they kept these, honestly.
I know, they look so 90s. It's so funny.
It's really sick. Yeah, they did crimes, but they did them to survive, because it's rough on the mean streets of Neo, New York. And they just had one dream. They wanted to get to the colony, just like Chibity. They snuck onto the shuttle to the colony, but they were caught. But fortunately for them, Chibity happened to be strolling by, and he saw their eyes, the same kind of shining, dreaming eyes that he had when he was a kid, and he recruited them on the spot to work for him.
Yeah, what I really liked about this scene is the implication that however many years in the future, delinquency has survived gentrification. Which, based upon...
That's the really important thing for this episode.
Which, based upon what I've seen in New York over the last two decades, is unlikely, but go off.
Go off, Sunrise.
Yeah.
But, they get into the Shining Gun, and the cockpit's just open, and they steal the combat data, and this is when, like, Rain wakes up, and she heads over there, and, like, I think, Kath just, like, shoots at her, and she's like, don't fucking move. We're stealing this and leaving.
I'm not afraid to
Rain,
use this fucking thing.
Pulling off from, like, the last episode, Rain's like, what, was the sex that bad? Like, what's going on?
No, come to bed. We can walk this out. Chibity finally makes it to Guyana now. And he's searching around, and he, like, just looks up and sees Domon jump off a waterfall. But he did it right this time.
Yeah,
like, Domon's having a fucking good-ass time.
Yeah, Domon's just shirtless. He's, like, doing a soaking wet kung fu training montage, and Chibity's just watching the whole thing like, wow.
Chibity's like, cool. Ooh, I love this boyfriend. Energy.
Damn, he's pretty hot. I love this energy that he's putting off, but why is he doing it?
That's my boyfriend.
Yeah, Domon's just, like, striking poses, like, splashing water everywhere. He's sitting at the top of trees, like, balancing on them.
Yes, and, like, that final pose he strikes when he's, like, doing this weird, like, curled up pose on top of a tree. He's like on fire, and Chibity's fists are on fire because he's like, Domon, isn't getting the depression like I am. Like, he actually trained to fight the Devil Gundam. I'm gonna do the same now. And Schwartz is like looking on, like the literal just like fires burning out of their souls. Yeah. He's like, yes, this rules. Fuck yeah, yes. Dude, let's go.
Yes, they realized.
Extremely come on, baby, light my fire.
God, he loves it. But the storm is starting to come now. Like, we see the clouds are rolling in. And Rain is still chasing the girls. Like, and the storm's starting to go. It's getting a little dire. They decide to split up and hide because she doesn't know which one has the disc. So Bunny and Kath hide. It's Bunny, Kath, Shirley, and the fourth name I still don't remember. That's the blonde one. Janet. Janet's the blonde one. Okay.
Yeah, Janet's blonde.
Bunny and Kath hide, and a snake just cartoon drops down from the tree and like looks at Bunny, and she screams. So Rain runs back, and it's like she tackles him down the cliff somehow.
Tackles.
Just Rain is on the warpath. They're like, I'm impressed she's still keeping up with us right now. These girls.
Yeah, Rain's like, ah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Domon is like just asking to be struck by lightning. Like, he's playing with a sword in a thunderstorm. Like,
Domon, haven't you played Breath of the Wild?
Come on, dude. At least put on the rubber set first.
This is when Chibity reveals himself, though.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Domon, Gundam fight, you, me, maybe?
Come on.
It'll be fun and flirty.
And flirty. Just a little bit. Just kind of a little, just guys training and fighting together with their shirts off. It'll be cool.
And Domon, with tears almost in his eyes, goes, I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah.
We finally get Chibity's mobile trace.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's very short.
I was disappointed by this. I literally have a note here that says, so no head voice, so no Chibity transformation sequence.
Yeah, it's I would like to see more of it, but...
Yeah, we just see that, like, the star that's on his trace suit is, like, in the sort of, like, rubber portal he goes through.
Yeah.
But the boys are fighting.
We start with a nice
alert. Cross counter. We love it. Chibity's like loves this shit. He's like, I'm thinking of so many new plans while we're fighting. Like, oh god, this rules. I love to see him happy.
This is like extremely two bros fighting in a Gundam fight, 5 feet apart because they're still working out how they're feeling about each other.
Exactly. Chibity's okay being the Queen of Hearts now.
Yeah. Gay crisis over. Happy just in time for Pride Month.
Just in time. Exactly.
Congratulations, Chibity.
Rain and Kath and Bunny are watching this because they're like on a cliff. After they slid down, Rain is like fixing up Kath's sprained leg, and Janet and Shirley arrive, and we get this reveal that they stole the data. But before anything really comes of that, all this lightning starts striking everywhere, and like lightning somehow strikes the cliff, which causes the part of cliff to like landslide into the river.
Yeah, sure. Who could possibly say brought it down?
Exactly. It's Fleetwood Mac. Is this crazy ass storm though? The river's like starting to flood. Bunny
they're dying, Squirtle.
Yeah, they're fucking
Bunny's
dying.
Like, hey, Shirley, we should probably call Chibity. We're gonna fucking die. And Shirley's like, no, I have my pride on the line here.
And Rain's like, literally, what the fuck, girl?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're gonna kill me.
What? All right, look. 1, we're gonna die. 2, he's your partner. You shouldn't be embarrassed to like have him come help you. 3, we're gonna fucking die. Just call him already.
We're gonna die. Just do it. So she does. And eventually, Rain is like, she doesn't. Shirley doesn't think it's like a 50-50 partner relationship if they're always asking for help. But swallow your pride. They do it. Chibity sees the SOS.
One of you has a giant robot.
So they don't. They don't
balance the power.
They don't call him like by calling him. First, I guess for some reason, with all this technology everyone has, they don't have cell phones, which is fine. They just have to shoot like a flare up.
Yeah.
And Chibity sees that flare, and right when that flare does go off, like a cliff gives way, this huge like mudslide starts going down, and they have to try and find a way to stop it. Domon tries a shining finger, but doesn't really do a whole lot. And Chibity just starts doing.
Using your man-to-man technique on a wave of water wouldn't really do much.
Yeah, Chibity's like, I've come up with a new technique. It's called punch fast.
Yeah, punching really fast.
It's like punch fast and punch far, because like he's like projecting this like crazy like fist thing he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been able to do like cyclone punches, so.
Yeah, but this is like rapid fire cyclone punches. Yeah, it looks rad as hell.
This is very, very punch fast. He's like, I'm introducing my new technique. It turns out all I needed to do was get good.
Yeah, he learned. He figured it out. And when Domon like finally looks back and sees Rain's in danger, that's what like basically gets him going. And then like, you know, his vents pop out. He doesn't go full super mode, but like it's enough that he does a shining finger so powerful he pulls a fucking Moses.
Yeah, Chibity is like, hey, like it's not just my girls, like your crew's in danger too, dude. And Domon's like, wait, what? And like looks over and goes,
oh fuck,
Rain. Yeah, anyway, Super Mode DLC downloaded, new emotions unlocked.
Whoa.
Yeah. He does the same speech he did last episode, which is interesting. He does like my finger roar, etc., etc.
But like now he can access Super Mode not just through anger.
Yeah, good for him.
Debatable.
Well, yeah. Anger at the water is going to flood Rain. But then Schwartz shows up and does rescue them all. And he's like, well done, your real training is just beginning. He's like, you know, can you harness your power when you want and need it? And he's like, you know, once again warps away. Mm-hmm. This fucking guy, I swear.
Farewell, you didn't do anything.
My job here is done.
Yeah.
It's later that day. The first thing we see is Chibity just like fucking punching the floppy disk apart that they like stole from the Shining Gundam. Chibity does not like this shit one bit.
Yeah, he's back. He's back on that honor. He's back on that honor grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's normal now. He's nice Chibity.
Yeah, and Shirley's like, well, okay, sorry, I guess we're not UGFs anymore.
Yeah, like this was a shitty breakup. Bye.
Yeah, but as she walks away, Chibity calls out and he's like, I want to live up to this crest I have, and I want to train with you. Like, I want us to all train together as a crew. And, you know, they all run back and hug him, and Bunny's, like, sobbing with happiness.
I need to live up to this crest. I'm formally announcing my entry into RuPaul's Drag Race.
I'm going to be the best queen there ever was.
Yes.
And Rain sees this and looks over to Domon, and she's like, let's also do our best. And, like, her eyes, you know, she gets those eyes. She's like, you and I. And it's like, ooh. And Domon's like, yeah. Domon isn't, like, reticent about it. He's like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yay.
Good episodes this week. I'm amazed at how often this proves to be true, watching 3 episodes in a batch. Like, it's paced so perfectly well.
Oh, yeah. Like, so far, it's been pretty amazing how it's lined up very well.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy about it. It's good this week. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Gundam is, I think, in my opinion, a good show.
I think it's pretty good.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
Could be.
Good, yeah. Do we have a thing? Do we have a segment?
I didn't prepare anything.
I certainly can have one. I have one in my pocket if you would like me to do it.
No, you can pop that when the time comes.
I mean, I think, well, yeah.
Let me see. Fuck it. Let's be on tune where we can do it on Rain. If I can find, let's see. I might cut it if I don't have enough actual data to go off of, because sometimes the voice actors haven't done a whole lot. Yuri Amano. Okay, no, this is something. We got this. All right. Okay, on the fly, Beyond Toon World. Let's fucking go.
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond Toon World!
Yuri Amano, Rain Mikamura's voice actress in Japan. Were born January 5th in Kyoto. Voiceover language, Japanese. Yes. She is trending 640th on BehindTheVoiceActors.com. So, she's still active, so we got a lot. In the 1982 Dark Crystal movie, she was Kira in the Japanese dub of that. Interesting. Here's something for Audrey, Yu Yu Hakusho, Keiko Yukimura.
Yes! Okay, so she's like the main female like love interest in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. It's all love interest. There's a lot of shows that I like.
That's the role in English that basically started Laura Bailey's career.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, Keiko Yukimura and like all the Yu Yu Hakusho's OVAs and stuff. Obviously, Rain, G Gundam 1994. She was in a lot of different random Sailor Moons, but not like the actual Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon R, she was Berthier.
Yeah, okay.
Sailor Moon Super S, she was Sere and Puko and Kiriko. I'm just looking at these names and I'm nodding. I'm like, yeah, okay, I believe it. Case Closed or Detective Conan, she was Yoko Okino. I don't know how much Detective Conan y'all partaken in, but I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. Magical Knight Ray Earth, Alcyone. Street Fighter 3, A New Generation, she was Ibuki, the fun ninja lady. Love that for her. She's been Ibuki and everything. Mary Argent in 1997's Tales of Destiny. I miss playing Tales games and I think about how much fucking time they take. And I think, no, I think I'm good. Let's see. Skies of Arcadia, 2000 video game, Beleza. I need to replay that game because I barely remember a damn thing about it. And in D. Greyman, she was Claire. I like seeing random Gundam actors in like the Dynasty Warriors games and like Super Robot games. It's like she was also Rei Mikamura in 2007's Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I want to make a new one of that. In Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, she was Sarah Rockbell. Who's Sarah Rockbell?
Is that Winry's mom?
I guess. It's been a long time since I read or watched Full Metal Alchemist. I don't remember who Sarah was. I'm guessing Winry's mom.
There's nobody else it could be.
I'm guessing. Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile fun game, she was Anand. I do not remember which Fire Emblem Anand was from. And most recently, 2018, the Yu Yu Hakusho OVA. Once again, Keiko Yukimura. So we got a couple.
We love a Keiko.
We love a Keiko. Man, someone should do a Yu Yu Hakusho podcast.
I feel like somebody
I'm not setting that up for anyone. I'm just saying someone would because I listened to it.
I think somebody was, but I don't know if it's still going.
I mean, statistically, someone's podcast about everything at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean in like our circle of people.
Yeah, maybe. I know there's like several Hunter ones, and I always confuse the two.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that. We got more. Maybe next week we'll have something very exciting. Who could possibly say? Oh god, I'm tired now.
Oh gosh.
We got a double yawn going on. That's episode though. That was a fun time. I'm excited to see who we'll focus on next week. I would simply like to see more George next week. That is my wish.
That is my only wish for this show ever.
I want to see more of the polycule. I want them to all be in the Guyana Highlands, like punching each other shirtless together.
The G in G Gundam should stand for George.
Mm-hmm.
For both
George
gay
Gundam.
and George.
Both can be true.
Yeah.
That'll do it for us. It is time for plugs. Argyle, why don't you go first this week?
I'm Argyle. You can find me on Twitter at Argyle_funk. You can also listen to my Yakuza podcast. It is called KMRO-FM, aka Kamurocho Radio. I host it with friend of the show, Jordan. We are nearing the end of Yakuza 2. It's a good game. Audrey will be on one of our future episodes about some of the side content.
Yay!
You can also listen to Pot of Greed, our Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. We are just starting on Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 2. It's a good show.
Good show.
Audrey?
Cool. I've been Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Twitter at OptimumOnPrime. I am also a part of Pot of Greed. That's at Pot of Greedcast on Twitter, which is another member of the Noise Space Network. I don't have any other projects in the making at the moment. I was, this week, a special guest on Slappers Only, where I was murdered live on stream. But Slappers Only, which we talked about Katamari Damacy. Max, I'm sure, will talk more about the podcast as a whole. But I had a good time. Love being a trendsetter. love ruining my co-host's day. And don't have any other projects in the making at the moment, but if you are interested in hearing more from me, you can follow at The Reticulation, that's TheReticulation, on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook for updates about a website I'm launching with a friend of mine to uplift and highlight LGBT voices in the realm of pop culture criticism.
Hell yeah. And I'm Max. I'm on Twitter at MaxyBajillion. Like Argyle and Audrey mentioned, the other shows, we were talking about them, Pod Agreed Cast on Twitter, and Slappers Only Pod on Twitter. Katamari was fun. Audrey had an opinion, and Jordan and I annihilated her for it. But you know what? That's how it is in this bitch of an earth. Not
even a very strong opinion, and yet,
Yeah, well, that looks, Audrey, I'm sorry, that's a problem when you're in a room with two people who are objectively correct all the time.
Oh, I can't stand you.
This show is on Twitter at Podcast. Discord links are in all the episode descriptions and the Twitter. Come hang out with us, talk about Gunpla. We have a great time always there. You can go to noisepace.xyz to check out this and all of our other podcasts and many more. Thank you, Matt, who runs Noisepace Podcasts 2021 forever. Amen.
Amen.
Whose turn? Is it my turn?
Yeah. Hey, Max,
turn.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your robot of the week?
What is my robot of the week? My robot of the week is Haro from Mobile Suit Gundam, because I picked up a Haro-pla the other week.
Yeah.
Which is a Gunpla, but a Haro. It's just Haro. You don't even need like runners, or you don't even need like a any kind of like nipping tool to get it out. It just kind of like pops out because it's like, it's for younger audiences, but like I wanted a Haro. I love that little fucking guy.
How many
He's just
pieces
funny.
does this have? It's
Like maybe 20. Not many.
Wow, that's way more than I thought it'd have.
It's like 2 runners. Well, because
it looks tiny
includes...
too.
Yeah, no, it is like the size of a ping pong ball, I'd say.
Holy
maybe
shit.
a golf ball
next to this bag of Tostitos. It's just like
yeah, no, it's he's little, but he's cute. He's very compact, and like you can put him one of two ways. You can give him the arms and legs popping out, or you can just store those underneath that sort of puzzle piece base it has. And then he's just like the more traditional Haro, where he's just like a floating head and the little like bunny ears and everything. But we love Haro, Stan Haro, the greatest character in the entire franchise of Gundam. And that's that. And that's it for this week. Thank you all yet again for tuning in. Thank you, Argyle and Audrey, for continuing this journey with us. Tune in next week for more Gundam shenanigans. But until then, what we always say every week, colonialism is bad.
Wow.
Cool robot.
Bye-bye, mobile fighters.
So long, Gundam fighters.